entertainment, pop culture, anime, stuff of that nature. But every now and then I do put some gaming content on here. And this one in particular is of very interest. Now, Decoy Voice is normally a person who makes content on political issues and whatnot, but this one is very pertinent to gaming and how some influencers are not being treated properly by certain streaming platforms. Now, I happen to stream on Twitch, and in fact, let me go ahead and pull up my Twitch channel right here. So this is my Twitch channel right here. It's the same thing, has the same stuff over there. It says I'm offline, obviously, because I'm not gaming right now. I do stream over there, stream my Solo Leveling Arise and other games that I like to stream over there. I also stream on Kick. I also stream on Rumble. And I stream here on YouTube. I stream on all the platforms. But Twitch in particular is in the news as of late because we all know one certain Hassan Piker has been busted online mistreating his dog, and Twitch has yet to do anything about it. In fact, Hassan Piker has done far worse than mistreating his dog. He's called for people to be put to death. He's called for certain senators to be assassinated. He celebrated 9/11, saying that America deserved getting 9/11. He says all kinds of horrible, despicable things on the platform, but yet Twitch does nothing about it. And another thing that Twitch doesn't do is provide adequate protection for their influencers. Now, before I do get into this content right here from Decoy Voice, do make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. All that stuff really does help me out. Now, Decoy Voice, like I said, is someone that mostly commentates on more political issues. He has over 1 million subscribers. We'll just say that. And make sure you go over there and give him a like. And if you want to see this video without my commentary, I will put a link in the description. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right off into it.
Officially finished, as their streaming site always seemed unsafe, but that's nothing compared to how at their convention, they essentially served up their top streamer to a predator, as Emiru made her way to this year's TwitchCon, where her and her friends seemed uneasy about doing meet and greets.
The reason I canceled my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours. Because of people being weird.
Okay.
And then I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Interesting. Oh.
So I'm sorry,
I kept my
Emmy.
meet and greet because I wanted to keep my show. And surely it'll be.
Now that girl says something very smart. She goes like, basically this girl over here says, hey, I need to keep my contract, so I have to go do this meet and greet. And this girl over here is like basically sarcastically saying, yeah, you probably should cancel your meet and greet because you don't want to get attacked, but you want to keep your show. If you're really that popular on Twitch, you shouldn't have any problem going to any other platform. But I digress on that issue. Let's go ahead and keep on going.
Fine.
Sorry, Emmy.
I'm sure everyone will be nice.
But they won't, as while signing something, this disgusting individual is able to walk up and assault her.
Whoa. That's crazy, holy.
Now you see that right there? That little girl just got assaulted by that man. And yeah, he may have just run up on there and just hugged her, but something far worse could have happened. He just walked up to her, and then the guy right there. This is another reason why it's so important for men to stay in touch with their quote unquote toxic masculinity, because this guy right here just lets that other guy walk up and hug her until this guy, the security, comes out and pushes him out of the way. This guy was as big as that other one, but I bet you he's soft, he's pudgy, he doesn't train in any type of martial art. He doesn't even look like he works out. And then we got all these other guys over here that are just standing there looking like, whoa, what's going on? It's obvious that girl doesn't know who that guy was. But let's go ahead and continue this before I get a little bit too upset at what I just saw.
Whoa. That's crazy, holy.
As he then appears to just casually escape, It's terrifying to know how exposed you truly are only after someone takes advantage of that. As sadly, this is the same streamer that got attacked in Santa Monica, where less than 7 months ago, some other stalker attacked her and her friends there.
Hey, stop! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Let's fucking fight right now.
What? Get away from me. Security, please, please!
As obviously the girls were pretty shaken up, just realizing how defenseless they truly are and what little local law enforcement can do to protect them. So you'd wonder if they'd bolster their teams with a bodyguard. But tragically, she just talked about how TwitchCon banned her private security.
I had a security guard 2 years ago where there was a guy following me around TwitchCon, and he like asked him to stop multiple times. My guard asked him and the guy wouldn't stop, so he grabbed the guy, but he didn't like hurt him. He was just holding the guy until like the con security came. And then for some reason they're like, yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's like perma-banned from the venue forever.
So Twitch, knowing
Now, Twitch, that's really fucked up. You guys will not, your security obviously was not adequate. So this girl took it upon herself to hire her own security and you ban her security? What kind of nonsense is that? Your security was nowhere to be found while this girl was being harassed. And you're going to ban her private security? But then at the same time, you contractually obligate these influencers to go to TwitchCon because you need them to go ahead and bring in people to go into your sorry TwitchCon that can't attract anybody on its own. That's absurd. I don't understand why anybody would want to even go ahead and do your con if they can't hire their own private security to keep them safe. I wouldn't do it. I train and I work out. Maybe a little pudgy and all that, but trust me. I take care of myself, and I train. I had a really bad year because I've just been out with injuries all throughout 2025. But I train jiu-jitsu 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm gonna start mixing in some kickboxing because it's very important for men. And you obviously saw, let's go back here for a minute. Right here, these women were out there by themselves, and that one guy could have had his way with any one of them, and nobody around them is doing anything about it. This is gonna sound sexist, but it's the truth. You women cannot really stand there and handle a really small guy, not unless you're trained yourself. If you're trained yourself, you can handle yourself. But I even still, I would highly recommend that you never be alone. It's good that this one girl had her other friends there to protect her, but those girls would not have been able to stop that guy. Trust me, the guy was only made look like he was about only 140, 150 pounds, but 140, 150 pound guy can exert a lot of strength. I've grappled with some smaller guys, and they know what they're doing. And it's unfortunate that Twitch refuses to provide these people with adequate protection and will kick out their own private security if their security does their job in protecting them from would-be assailants. Let's go ahead and continue.
So Twitch, knowing that she has a history of stalkers, not only from the live streams they cash in on, but the last TwitchCon they ran, and in response, they took measures to protect the predators from her security. Obviously, these live stream girls don't feel comfortable doing these events. They're openly admitting it on Twitch, but in order to keep their show, they need to surrender their security and basically be served up to whatever predators Twitch's product attracts. As just over a week ago, they promised the presence of armed law enforcement, since several of their streamers expressed concerns over their physical safety, with Asmon Gold outright saying, women should not attend this event, where Tectone pointed out, if they can't even moderate their own website, how are they going to moderate real life? as even I thought about going to TwitchCon this year, but after hearing Asmongold, Tectone, and even Hassan were worried about being assaulted, and keep in mind these are all 6'3" plus large individuals, I figured they know more about it than me, so I stayed home too, as Twitch claimed they'd keep you safe, saying they have world-class teams protecting attendees, partnering with San Diego PD and other law enforcement agencies. But somehow all Emiru got were these two completely useless individuals. Only
Now, I'm gonna be fair. Decoy Voice is not being fair. The guy that this guy right here actually acted quickly. He got off in there and pushed that guy away, and then held him and guided him off. Now, he in the video earlier, Decoy Voice did say that the assailant got away, so he should have actually done his job and kept him pinned down, because that's assault. That is assault, and in some instances, it could be battery. It was unwanted touching on this girl from someone else, and again, it's fortunate that all that happened was he hugged her. Something far worse could have happened. But I'm gonna be fair. He at least stepped in immediately and pushed him away. And it looks like he's not even security. He's not even. It doesn't even look like he's really security. He's just probably he's one of the attendees, and he did his job as a man and stood up. Unlike this guy right here, who's just standing there looking all pudgy, looking all fat. Oh, it must be part of the show. Obviously, strange men who just come up and hug women, that's something that just happens at TwitchCon. Give me a break. Men must train. Whether it's just going to the gym, but I would still say you need to train a martial art of some kind. Some type of grappling, boxing, kickboxing. You got to train that stuff so you will be always on the ready. It's no excuse for a man to stand there and just watch another woman get assaulted. Sorry that I subscribe to the old ways. Men should always be there to help protect women and children and those who are weak. Protect them from monsters like that assailant that ran up and hugged this girl. Let's go ahead and finish up.
Individuals, only able to get there after the attack, as they were positioned a whole way away, letting her attacker easily escape. Now, they did make a statement about the attack, saying the individual responsible for allowing the situation to occur has been removed from their position, then went right back into acting like business as usual. I wouldn't be surprised if this girl and her—
Let me go ahead and read that statement. Twitch statement on recent safety concerns. We're aware of the incident involving Streamer Emiru during TwitchCon and want to assure our community that we take creator safety extremely seriously. No, you don't. The individual responsible for allowing the situation to occur has been removed from their position effective immediately. And I hate that improper use of language right there. They're using a third-person pronoun to describe a singular individual. They should just come out and tell the truth and just put the pronoun his right there. We're conducting a full review of our security protocols and are implementing stronger on-site safety measures to ensure TwitchCon remains a safe and positive environment for everyone, creators, fans, and staff alike. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we work to improve the TwitchCon experience moving forward. You shouldn't have to do that type of review. You should have those security measures in place right now. Now, you heard Decoy Voice mention Asmongold, Tectone, and Hassan Piker. Now, I don't know about Asmongold or anything like that, but I do know that Tectone is 6'8", and Hassan Piker, I knew Hassan Piker was a pretty big guy, but if he's 6'3" or 6'4", and they're afraid to attend the TwitchCon, then that should tell you something about what would happen to 5-foot twigs who are left alone and don't have any protection to protect them. The guy that ran up on that Emiru looks like he was about 6'3" himself, 6'4". It's unacceptable that Twitch will not allow these content creators to hire their own private security. They should be able to do that and have their private security work in tandem with the security of the TwitchCon, so that they have proper roles in place and know what's what. And I'm sorry, but if a man does aggressive things to other individuals without consent, those men should be manhandled. We have everything backwards now, where if a man tries to provide any type of protection and it's physical, they get in trouble. Like you heard earlier where Emiru said her private security got banned, permanently banned from TwitchCon because he manhandled someone that was trying to be aggressive with her. That shouldn't happen. Let's continue.
About the attack, saying the individual responsible for allowing the situation to occur has been removed from their position, then went right back into acting like business as usual. I wouldn't be surprised if this girl and her entire team outright quit overnight, and nobody would blame them because they're literally putting their life on the line for Twitch. All this posturing like you'll protect these girls, seemingly forcing them into uncomfortable situations by dangling their shows in front of them and then banning their personal security guards. This carefully curated scenario couldn't be any more pro-pervert if they tried. As the most fucked up part about all of this is, what if this wasn't just a pervert? What if this was like what happened to that singer Christina Grimmie, where at a meet and greet, an insane fan shot her? Twitch can talk about all the world-class security they want, but absolutely nobody should trust anything they say. So hopefully Emiru and her team get all the help they need. They sue TwitchCon for every cent they have, ensuring she never has to stream on that insane platform ever again, and Amazon finally goes in and cleans house at Twitch.
Okay.
Emiru has been
it's going right into Smash JT right there. But let's go back over to the other video. And let's just go ahead and stop that. And we're going to leave it right there on. I'll put that on pause so you can play in the background. But Decoy Voice is exactly correct. Amazon really needs to go in there and clean house at Twitch, starting from the executives on down. These people should not be subject to the types of issues that they're having with these crazy fans. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Even if you're a male fan or a male content creator, you're gonna have crazies out there that wish to do you harm. It has to be doubly worse for these girls. You gotta provide better security or allow them to have their own security to protect themselves. And this is just some advice for any content creator. Be careful how you proceed out in the real world, especially if you start to get bigger and bigger and bigger, like with this Emiru, who has a really huge following on Twitch, or Hassan Piker. Hell, I don't give a fuck for that guy, but I don't want anything bad happening to him. Asmongold or Tectone or any of the other big ones, XQC or whatever his name is, PewDiePie, who I think has retired and basically is a family man, Penguin Zero or Charlie or Moist Critical, whatever his name is. There's a whole bunch of big names, Nerdrotic. You gotta be mindful. You gotta be careful. You gotta be moving. Amaranth is another one. Just gotta make sure you're self-aware and know what's going on at all times, because who knows, at any point in time something bad might happen, and at the end of the day you are responsible for you. But those are my thoughts on the issue. What do you guys think about what's going on with Twitch and Emiru being physically attacked by this stranger at this Twitch event? Whatever your thoughts, jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. And make sure you do like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. All that stuff really does help me out. And remember, this is Chris Boat signing off, and I will catch you guys in the next video. You take it easy.